Hey, here's how to create lasting self-esteem. So self-esteem, all it is self-worth. Is esteem means value. It's you valuing yourself. So what is required for you to value yourself? Now, we can't lie to ourselves. In fact, we can't actually even lie to other people because energy doesn't lie. But you are the most important person in your life because everything in your life comes through you. It comes from you. It comes as a response to your energy. So if you raise your self-esteem, the value that you put on yourself, literally the entire experience, the entire world will respond to you differently as a worthy person. Okay. Now, self-esteem is something that a lot of people struggle with, so I think it's a really important topic. Now, the number one thing that I know to raise self-esteem is to be in integrity, to be honest, truthful, to do the right thing when nobody sees, especially when nobody sees. And why is that important? Because when you are in the habit of doing something good, when other people sees it points to a motivation that has to do with other people's approval, okay? And how much is that worth? I'll tell you, nothing at all. It was nothing. It's worth nothing at all that other people approve of you, because unless you approve of you, unless you've gained your own self-respect, you won't even believe what other people think, because you know they don't know the full story, okay? So how you feel about yourself is how the world is going to respond to you. Okay? You can't truly fool other people, because even if you do fool them, you will still get the experience back of what's your truth, which is if you don't feel worthy, that's what you're going to have. Those are the experiences that are going to happen for you. That's the frequency that you're going to get mirrored back, that you're unworthy. So, to gain your own self-respect, self-value, you got to be honest and do the right thing when nobody sees, okay? This is probably going to be a practice for many of you. This is probably something that is going to be it's going to require you to create some new habits, but also to maintain these habits, because it's not something you do just once and then you're done. Something that has a cost to it. You have to keep doing it. And the price, the reward of it is so, it's so fantastic to know that you will do the right thing even when nobody sees. That is the number one way that I know to raise your self-esteem, to raise your self-worth, because you know you're a worthy person. You know you're a good person. And nobody can take that away from you. Whereas people that do only the good thing when other people can see, and then in private they do whatever the heck, that's never really a secret. You can feel the vibes, can feel like something is off. Energy really doesn't lie. And that person doesn't like themselves, and you can tell when someone doesn't like themselves. You can tell when someone wouldn't vouch for themselves. You can tell. Because they'll be shady in all kinds of weird ways. This really goes even for the small things. Even for the small things. Even if you do a little shady thing in an insignificant way in a little area of life, it goes for that too. Integrity is all encompassing. You got to have it in everything you do. In the small things and in the big things. Publicly and privately, in your home and in your work and in your social life, everywhere you got to have that integrity, because that's how you gain your own respect. That's how you make sure you value you. And when you value you, you get to decide your value, okay? The world will respond to whatever you think you are worth. The world is a mirror. If you think you're unworthy, the world will respond to that. And it will give you the illusion that, okay, the world is treating me like this because I'm a woman and I'm a minority and I'm such and such. but it's really going to be about how you feel about you. And the number one way to raise it is through integrity, doing the right thing, being a righteous person, being accountable, being honest, doing the right thing, being willing to look at your own mistakes, not pointing the blame on everybody else, not having enemies, not talking bad about other people, being willing to cleanse your spirit, because we can all have, like negative thoughts sometimes. So you got to cleanse your spirit of that every now and then. Your self-esteem really completely and 100% rests on what you think about yourself. And only you know the full truth about yourself. Now, some people think, like manipulative people, they think that, well, if I lie about such and such, people won't know things. They won't know that I'm a bad person, right? But whatever you get from lying or by tricking people or fooling people, it's only short term. Long term, you've paid such a high price because you are getting multiplied back of what you're doing. Whatever dishonesty or bad intention you are giving out is coming back to you multiplied. You will have problems. Whereas when the thing is also, self-image is the most effective way to manifest anything. If you change your self-image, if you change how you look at yourself. So for example, I've talked before about weight. So if you see yourself as a chubby person, your body will have to conform. Because you say, this is who I am, your body, your subconscious mind is using all of the automatic systems of your body to conform to that. Even if you starve yourself, as soon as you get a little bit of food, your body will get you up here because you believe you're a chubby person, and your body will make sure that that's the truth. Okay? So if you change your self-image to saying, I have a great body, I have a slim body, I'm athletic, I'm whatever, and you believe that about yourself, your body has to conform. Your subconscious mind gets to work and takes you there. Okay? So, not only does that apply to the body weight, that applies to everything in life. If you say, what might you say? I'm an unworthy person. This is my value. My value is here. Everything in life has to conform. The way you see yourself sets the standard for everything. It sets the standard for everything around you, all your circumstances. If you are worthy, so you have to go up. If you say, I am a worthy person, that is who I am, that's my identity. That's the self-image I have, that's how I see myself. There's a whole bunch of things that conform to this, that now needs to come in. Relationships need to conform to this. Your bank account needs to conform to that. How people treat you needs to conform to that. You know, it's really funny, when my self-image went from here to here, I wasn't experiencing so much racism anymore. I thought that how people treated me, that sometimes there was racism and sometimes not. I now see it wasn't directly racism. That wasn't directly the case. Although, yes, are we affected by messages in our society? Yes, absolutely. And we get our self-image normally straight from what society tells us we are, right? Society assigns us a value, and that's what we go by. But When I went up to here with my self-image, didn't matter that I'm a woman and I'm a minority and blah, 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 blah. People treated me like this instead of this. I get to decide who I am. So, when you are out of integrity, then you know you're down here. You know that, even if nobody else knows that. And this is the experiences that you're going to have. You're going to have a lot of problems. You will have a lot of problems. Whereas when you are in integrity, you do the right thing even when nobody sees, you're going to like yourself. And when you like yourself, the world will reflect that. You will think you're a good person. This is going to be your new level. So is it worth it to be, at times, have to do the right thing when you don't feel like it? Or do the right thing when it needs a bit of courage? Or do the right thing when nobody's going to clap for you? Yes. Because you get the long-term benefit. You get so much out of that. Now, I think I may have digressed a little, but it was worth saying. Now, you still have time to sign up to Limitless. Who is it for? If you have found yourself stuck and you want more out of life and you want to really transform your life from whatever hamster wheel you've been on, whatever patterns that have been repeating themselves, and you want to have the tools to really break free and to really feel limitless. You know how our beliefs and our programming set the standard and set the limits for what we get to achieve. Now there are ways to override that. There are ways to reprogram. That's what we're going to learn, and that's what we're going to work on. We're going to specifically also work on your specific patterns. To not just remove the patterns, but to give you new patterns. So it's not about like fixing something that's been broken. It's about setting a whole new standard with no limitations as to what's possible for you. So, information is in the description box, and let me know if you have questions, and just type in the comment sections if you have questions.